Hey, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like this video, comment down below. Let me know who you a fan of, who you rocking with, where y'all from. Are you a fan of Young Dolph, bigscarr, guccimane, anything like that? Let me know. And let's get right into it, man. So you know that Gotti's chain basically got snatched, and that's why they offering for him to buy it back for 300K basically. And it's his chain because he gave it to Lil Migo, and so because they took it off of Lil Migo, it belongs to CMG and everything like that. And so that's why everybody's talking about it's actually Yo Gotti's chain that got snatched. And so the point of them doing that was basically because of the whole Young Dolph situation and the fact that they figuring out exactly who was in that meeting where they were deciding like, okay, who was gonna do what, and Lil Migo was there, so they already knew when Grove Hero said that they put money on Dolph head, that Big Jook was the one who told him to do that, and basically they caught him, and that's why they snatched the chain, and that's why the point is that they trying to buy it, to have him buy it back and get a lot of bread from it, because they know that if they take it to any place to melt down the jewelry and get the diamonds out of it and everything like that, first of all, it's not going to be worth a lot because they already put the diamonds in one of the watches busted down. It's not no longer the rare piece because it's already damaged. And then the second thing is that they already know it's hot. It's a hot item, so they're not going to take it. Matter of fact, they probably going to call him up and tell him like, oh, we just seen dude come up in here with Yo Gotti's chain, this, and that. Like, they're well connected and they probably know exactly what's going on with the whole situation because pawn shops be keeping an eye on whose chain got snatched, especially out in Memphis where chains end up going missing. And the chain probably went through 100 different hands in the hood, through the Chitlin Circus. It went through Arkansas, went through the whole South, Mississippi and everything, went through Charlotte and came back to Mississippi, literally went on a tour and came back. It was on everybody's neck. They didn't even clean it. Somebody tried to boil it at one point, you know, where rappers try to put boiling water and they put their jewelry in it. It's like, wow, did you really buy hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars worth of jewelry just to boil it like it was ramen noodles? And that's basically what the chains end up looking like when they try to boil it and clean it with the toothbrush like that. It ends up looking like they actually use it making ramen noodles. And so I don't know if, like, that's why a lot of people doing that as if it's some type of trend that is not like a legitimate method of actually cleaning that. Normally you would have to take it to some type of jeweler and they could clean it with the solution or with the steam. And so that's one thing. And that another thing is the fact that some of the diamonds, since it's a like probably some of the diamonds fell out, it was a whole thing that went on. It was an ordeal. Like, it was a struggle between getting the chain and everything. Like, I know it was easy for them to get it off of Lil Migo's like neck and shoulders and everything like that, but the way that they snatched it off, the link broke off on the back and some of the diamonds went missing. Is scattered and flew into the sidewalk, into the cracks and stuff, and somebody that was metal detecting picked it up and they got to come up on that. And basically they cashed that in because it's because when the diamonds got knocked out and the dude with the metal detector scanned the ground and actually got the diamonds on it off the CMG Yo Gotti chain, them diamonds came off the chain, so it's like it don't look like it was connected to that thing. So he actually took it in to a person who GIA certified him, and he got a big bag come up off of that. So that's another way that how people actually did the whole thing with the jewelry, is if they separated the diamonds, if it was enough diamonds in it. But see, old boy with the metal detector, he was the only one that thought of doing that, and that's why he got into that hobby and everything. He already got a way of doing all that kind of stuff. And not only that, but the fact that the Yo Gotti chain is like valuable because of the fact that everybody was on Dolph's side as being the king of Memphis, and then the whole thing about all the artists, and like is a whole issue going on with Gucci Mane and everything. So that's why people was looking at it like, oh, they wanted to probably get the chain because they know somebody's gonna want to buy it and try to get it back. They thought Jay Prince was gonna come in and try to get the chain back to them. And the fact that somebody else's chain ended up missing, and then the 1017 chains are missing from Gucci Mane. And Gucci Mane, I already told y'all that too in the past videos. You can go binge watch all of my videos where I was talking about how Gucci Mane gave 3 chains to Big Scar, and it was 3 1017 chains, and they ended up having like trying to get that back, and then Gucci Mane actually came up like weeks later talking about how he actually needed them chains back because it was part of the advance that he gave them. So if anything happened, it was already written down in the paperwork that they were supposed to give the chain back. And the fact that he already paid the receipts for the whole funeral of everything that happened. And that's why he was like, okay, look, I paid for this and that, gave y'all 10 bands this time, gave y'all another 10 bands. That's 20K total right there. And all y'all got to do is give them chains back, because that's technically a 1017 chain. So that doesn't say Big Scar. And if it was a gift, it's a gift. But basically, they need to get it back because it's part of like the business. It's like if you need to get back basically like something that some work, the workplace gave you this or that, and you got to give it back to them if you end up leaving or whatever, right? And so that's what's going on. Like the pizza delivery guy, he got to give back the pizza delivery container if he end up falling out or something like that. You see what I'm saying? So that's what's going on with this whole thing. And so Gucci Mane stepping in that whole situation already kind of greasy with the fact that Moneybagyo kind of took Big 30 from Gucci Mane when Gucci Mane was trying to get him, and they went into Moneybagyo and then went to Big 30's ear, and they was telling, look, don't go with the 1017 Pooh Shiesty already over there. They're not going to rock with you like this, like that. And then that's how they convinced them to go ahead and sign. They like up the bag and stuff. And Big 30 was just trying to get started with this whole thing. He wasn't trying to have a whole thing where he's waiting on this whole ordeal of who he's going to sign with, who's going to make the biggest offer. At the end of the day, he knew he was going to try to make hits and everything like that. And so, but the fact that came in to play when Gucci tried to come and get the chains back, because he didn't want to go to Memphis and try to get the chains. And even if he did, like Gotti wouldn't want to have smoke like that with Gucci Mane, because of the fact that would just start a whole thing where there's already too much going on down there. They need to like come together instead of trying to feud or fight over this and that. And at this point, it's all over the chains. It's not worth it to be going down like that and doing all that kind of stuff over some chains. It's all material. You don't need it at the end of the day. It's like it's replaceable. Matter of fact, they all getting finessed by buying the chains and doing this and that, because if they don't exactly know where they came from, whether it's lab made or it came naturally, that's a whole different thing. That's where the value comes in. And then some of it shines different. Some of it could be they got some type of secret gems. They got all these different type of different ways where they probably know how to finesse the game. And so basically that's how all that works. And so a lot of people already know that the rappers just be doing all this to buy the chains and rock it. And you see how they get taken. And so it's like a statement when they get their chains taken. And basically they doing it for a lot of different reasons. A lot of people think that they took the Gotti chain from Lil Migo because of the Dolph situation. A lot of people thought it was because of the Grove Hero, or a lot of people thought it was because of Gotti's brother. But basically, that's what's going on. And so a lot of more details is coming out about who's exactly had that chain and how they got it back and how much they paid to buy it back from them. So subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment down below, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.